Hey guys, welcome to or back to my channel. My name is Marley, and if you're new here, it's nice to meet you, and if you're not new here, welcome back. So I have not made a video in a hot minute, but I am in my apartment now, so it'll be a lot easier to film videos. I just have to edit them. But I'm gonna go through the books that I want to read in 2024 now. There are a lot more than 24 books because I only read 63 last year of all the books I own, and I have bought some more. But yeah, let's just get right into the video. I'm gonna start with the first stack, which is this lovely stack. So the first book, or one of, like, not the first book that I'm reading, the first book I'm reading multiple right now. So I'm reading The Serpents of the Wings of Night. I'll put it right up here in the corner. I'm like 30% through that, and that's really good. And I'm also reading Crescent City. So yeah, this is another book I want to read, which 21 pages into it, and it's okay so far. Nothing really has happened yet, so I'll keep y'all up. Alright, so the first book I have here is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have not read the Inheritance Games series, but I do have it to read this year also, so I want to read both of her series. I have the whole Natural series just because I'm a huge Criminal Minds fan, and it just sounds fun to read, so definitely want to read this one. I want to read this, but I just don't know how I'm gonna like it. And then I have The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I guess that's how you say her last name. So this is about a guy and a girl. The girl's name is Catalina and the guy's name is Aaron. She needs a date to her sister's wedding, and she lied about having an American boyfriend. Enters Aaron Blackford. So I'm excited about this. Fake dating, obviously, and I've heard that it's really, really good, and I'm excited to read this. And then I have Ace of Spades by, I can't even pronounce the name. I started reading it like in October, and then I hit a really big reading slump. I'm only 6 pages in, so I'm just like start it over because I don't remember anything. But yeah, this is, I was on a really big Pretty Little Liars kick a couple months ago, and I was wanting books that like kind of gave the Pretty Little Liars feel, and apparently this is one of them. It's Devin and Chumika, I guess how you say that name. They get selected to be part of the elite school senior prefects and then after who are running for valedictorian, and there's someone who goes by Ace that is revealing secrets about the two and tries to turn their lives upside down. So that sounds really, really, really good. And I wanted to read it in the fall, but obviously I had a big reading slump and just didn't read it. And then we have Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. So this is about Dr. Brian Ortez's life is severely flatlining. Her divorce is just about finalized, and her brother's running out of time to find a kidney donor, and the promotion she wants. And then in walks Dr. Jacob Maddox, and they start sending letters back and forth and notes, and yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I love this color, like red, so pretty. And then we have Checkmate by Ali Hazelwood. I am really excited to read this. I'm not an Ali Hazelwood fan. I've only read one. I read The Love Hypothesis, and it was, 'Good, but, I don't know. 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 I don't know I hope this isn't third person like. Okay, no, this is first person. And I think that's the only reason why I didn't really like the Love Hypothesis, is because I don't do romances in third person. So this is first person. I think I'm really gonna like this. And then we have The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. She's got his back, he's got her heart, they got a secret. What could possibly go wrong? So I'm guessing this is a forbidden romance because she's his bodyguard. That sounds really, really fun, and I love the bodyguard trope. So that's stack number 1. Stack number 2 is a bunch of hardbacks. I have Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I read Divine Rivals last year and I was so excited for Ruthless Vows, and now that it's out, I'm really excited to read this. I want to know more about Iris and Roman. The way that it ended just had me in shambles, and I cannot wait to get back into this world. And then I have The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is one of my book of the month picks for January, and I've been seeing this everywhere, and I don't know too much about it. But so it's about Alex is the most unlikely member of Yale's freshman class. Raised in the Los Angeles hinterlands by a hippie mom, Alex dropped out of school early and into a world of shady drug dealer boyfriends, dead-end jobs, and much, much worse. In fact, by age 20, she is the sole survivor of a horrific, unsolved multiple homicides. Some might say she's thrown her life away, but at her hospital bed, Alex is offered a second chance to attend one of the world's most prestigious universities on a full ride. What's the catch, and why her? Still searching for answers, Alex arrives in New Haven, tasked by her mysterious benefactors with monitoring the activities of Yale's secret societies. Their 8 windowless tombs are the well-known haunts of the rich and powerful, from high-ranking politics to Wall Street's biggest players, but their occult activities are more sinister and more extraordinary than any paranoid imagination might conceive. They tamper with forbidden magic, they raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. Lovely. I'm excited to read this. I've seen it everywhere and I've wanted it. And then we have The Storm We Made by Vanessa Chan. This is a historical fiction. It's set in 1945. I was really, really intrigued by what I read on Book of the Month. Malaya, I don't know. Cicely Alcantra's family is in terrible danger. Her 15-year-old son, Abel, has disappeared, and her younger daughter, Jasmine, hides in a basement to avoid being pressed into service at the comfort stations. Her older daughter, Jujubee, who serves tea to drunk Japanese soldiers, becomes angrier by the day. Cicely knows 2 things: that this is all her fault and that her family must never learn the truth. A decade prior, Cicely, desperate to be more than a housewife in British colonialized. So it's about a war. I can't speak today, obviously, so yeah, I'm excited to read this one. And then we have You Again by Kate Goldbeck. This is an enemies to lovers, the classic enemies to lovers. When Ari and Josh first meet, the wrong kind of sparks fly. They hate each other instantly, and then they will love each other. classic enemies to lovers, but I'm excited to read this. And then we have Belladonna by Adeline Grace and Foxglove by Adeline Grace. I got these last year. I'm really excited to read these. I love the covers. I was hoping that this one was gonna be one of the special editions, first releases, but it's not. It's just a white page and the belladonna on the side of it. But Foxglove is absolutely beautiful, I will tell you that. Like, it is beautiful. I want to display this. It is gorgeous. But so yeah, those are the hardbacks. I don't really know what Belladonna and Foxglove are about. Signa opened her eyes and death was there before her, watching and waiting. And then never had she seen this man, yet she knew who he was the moment his molten stare pressed into her. So, they're fantasies, obviously, but I'm really excited to get into those. Alright, another stack of books. So I have From Blood and Ash. Captivating and action-packed From Blood and Ash is a sexy, addictive, and unexpected fantasy perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Laura Thalass. I don't know. Chosen from birth to usher in a new era, Poppy's life has never been her own. The life of the maiden is solitary, never to be touched, never to be looked upon, never to be spoken, never to experience pleasure. Waiting for the day of her accession, she would rather be with the guards fighting back the evil that took her family than preparing to be found worthy by the gods. But the choice has never been hers. I've seen this everywhere and I want to read this so bad. I'm so excited. And then we have A Court of Silver Flames. This is about Nesta and Cassian. Obviously, I've read the entire ACOTAR series except for this one. This is the last one I need to read. I'm just not a huge Nesta girly, but I am a Cassian girly. So, I'm hoping to read this after I read Assassin's Blade and Crescent City. But yeah, she's thick, but not as thick as Crescent City, obviously. So I don't know if I'm going to read this soon or not. I've heard that I really need to read it, but I'm scared, obviously. And then we have Carrie Soto's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is a nonfiction about a girl named Carrie Soto coming back to keep her world record of tennis. Right? Okay. So she was at the US Open in 1994 watching her record be taken from her by a brutal, stunning player named Nikki Chan. She just wants to come back and win her title back. So, I've heard that's really good. And then I have The Bequest by Joanne Margaret. Oh. I saw this in the bookstore. I've never heard anybody talk about this, but I saw it and I immediately wanted it. So, a PhD student's archival research takes a deadly turn in the Gothic mystery debut. Fleeing a disastrous affair with a colleague in Boston, Isabel Henley moves to Scotland to begin a PhD with a renowned feminist professor, only to learn upon arrival that her advisor has suffered a deadly fall. Needing a good friend amidst such a rocky start, Isabel reconnects with Rose Brewster, her charismatic classmate from undergrad, but when Rose confides to Isabel that she's in trouble and then goes missing, Isabel's already unsteady life is sent into a tailspin. A suicide note surfaces, followed by a coded message. Rose is alive, but unless Isabel can complete the research begun Before her friend's disappearance, both women will be killed by her captors. So, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so interesting, so good. And the cover was just very, very intriguing. Yes, it's a little creepy, but I want to read this so bad. I'm so excited to read that one. Okay, on to the next pile. We have Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I got this last year and I wanted to read it so bad, but I just never picked it up. And I'm really excited to read this one, obviously. But yeah. I don't really know too much about it. I want to lose myself in the small town of Pelham, Maine, to forget everything I had left behind. The sound of rain, the blood, the coldness of a gun against my skin. For 6 months, each breath has been a reminder that I survived, but my dad didn't. I'm almost safe again, but the moment I met Archer Hale, my entire world tilts on the axis and never rights itself again. Okay, I want to read that so bad now. And then we have Rock Bottom Girl by Lucy Score. I really don't know much about this. I was reading the synopsis, and the main character, the female main character's name was Marley. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. I have yet to read about it. I have yet to read it. But I will say that, but all I know is that she's a PE teacher and a soccer coach at a high school. So yeah. And then we have Mr. Fixer-Upper by Lucy Score. I love Lucy Score. So I don't know much about this either. I've seen a bunch of people love this book, and I love Lucy Score, so I wanted to get it. And it's not as thick as her Knock 'Em Out series, which, don't get me wrong, I love the Knock 'Em Out series. It's one of my favorites, so yeah, I'm excited to read that. And then we have The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. My thing is, I can't read this until I read the rest of the Off-Campus series, which I have two or three books left, because I've read The Deal and I've read The Mistake. So I have The Score, The Goal, and The Legacies left. And then I have to read the Briar U series, and then I'll read this. But they're so fast-paced that I can read them pretty short, and I can read them on my Kindle. But I also ordered the brand new covers to match this of the Off-Campus series. I need to get the Briar U series. I think there's only 3 books in the Briar U series. But I have all year to read. But I really want to read The Graham Effect. Like, I really want to. And then we have Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I'm really mad that I didn't buy the rest of the covers, like these covers of the Magnolia Park series, because I don't like the new covers at all. I think they are awful. They're not cute. I'm really upset. So I'm just gonna read this and then I guess borrow the other books. I don't know, but yeah. And then we have The Final Offer. I'm reading this one on my Kindle, and I am like 13 chapters into it on my Kindle. And I really like it. I don't think it's gonna be my favorite of the 3. My favorite one so far is Terms and Conditions. But yeah, I'm gonna read this one. I'm gonna finish it soon because I do want to get into Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I think it's just going to be so cute. But yeah, this is a Second Chance, I think, about Julian and Dahlia. So I think it's a Second Chance romance. Yes, it's a Second Chance romance. Okay, Okay, so the first one we have is Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I saw this one in Walmart, and I saw, like, I don't know if you can tell right now, but there's like detailing on the pages, and I thought that was like super pretty, and like the detailing on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to read that. So, and this was a vote, this was a choice for Goodreads Book of the Year. So it's a fantasy. It is about who is it about? I didn't even read what it's about. I just liked the cover and picked it up. It's about Camellia Antinous, Envy, the Prince of Envy, and Camilla. But that's actually really pretty. So I hope to read these this year. My goal for this year of books is 75. I read 63 last year. I think it can be done. I know it can be done. I just have to put my mind to it. And then we have A Little Life by Hanya. I'm not even going to try and say the last name because I will butcher it. But yeah, I have a little life, and I can't wait to read this. I obviously just want to wreck my soul, so. And I'm not including rereads in this either, because there are a few books that I want to reread. Like the whole Chestnut Springs series I want to reread. I want to reread Say You Swear. I just want to reread a good bit of books. And by the time the third Empyrean City book comes out from Rebecca Yarros, I'm going to reread Iron Flame. So those are my rereads. But okay, so back to A Little Life by Hanya. I have heard so many things about this. It's just about friendship and all the hardships they go through, and I've heard that I'm just gonna bawl my eyes out. And then we have Twisted Lies by Anna Won. This is the last book in the Twisted series. This follows Christian and Stella. I mean, she's thick, and the only reason why I have not read it yet is because I do not want this series to end at all, because I love this series. It's one of my favorites. And then we have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I tried to read it, but then I got into a reading slump. I just didn't pick it back up, I think. No, I tried to read it, and then I read a bunch of hockey romances on Kindle. It was whenever I was in the big Kindle mood and not a physical book mood. There's my dog. She's just staring at me. She's like, Mom, can you stop? Anyway, so we have One Dark Window. This is about Elspeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie, mislocked kingdom of Blunder. And she has like this voice in her head that she calls the Nightmare, and he wants to protect her and keep her secrets, but nothing comes for free, especially magic. And then she meets this mysterious highwayman, and they have to work together. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I've been wanting to read this, I just haven't been in the mood for it. And then we have The Last Party by Claire McIntosh. This is a thriller. She's a hefty thriller, I will tell you that. So it's New Year's Eve. Reese Lloyd has a house full of guests. His vacation homes on Mirror Lake are a success, and he's generously invited the village to drink champagne with their wealthy new neighbors, but at midnight Reese will be floating dead in the freezing waters of the lake. So I'm excited to read this. This sounded really cool whenever I got it. And then I have Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. It's a cute little, a short little It's a short little cowboy romance. I'm excited to read this. This is about Clementine, Emmy, and Luke Brooks, the notorious bad boy, bar owner and bachelor. So they're in Wyoming. She left her small hometown of Meadow Lark, Wyoming, went to college and made a career for herself by doing her favorite thing, riding horses. But after an accident makes it impossible for her to get back into the saddle, she has no choice but to return to the hometown she's always wanted to escape. And then Luke Brooks is Emmy's older brother's best friend. So, sparks. Will sparks fly? I don't know. Probably. I'm excited for that. I'm a big cowboy girl. Like cowboy romance girly. And then I have When in Rome and Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I also, is the cheat sheet by Sarah Adams? Cheat sheet by Sarah Adams. Because I obviously did not grab that one either. So yeah, I want to read this one. So I want to read the cheat sheet, which is about, it's friends to lovers. It's about Bree and Nathan. He is a NFL legend and she is a prima ballerina. And then we have When in Rome, which is about Amelia and Noah. And I guess it's friends to lovers. Small town baker and this charming slice of romance. Opposites certainly attract for a standard pop star and a small town baker. Lovely. And then we have Practice Makes Perfect. I honestly bought this because he has tattoos. And tattoos are very, very attractive. So, Annie Walker and what's his name? Will. Annie Walker and Will Griffin. This is Noah's sister. Cool. Love that. I don't know much about them. I saw them and I wanted them. Mainly because this one was pink, but I can't read this one unless I read this one, and you have to get both, obviously. And then I have The Jihad Era by Sarah Hashem. This was rumored to give you the same feelings as Fourth Wing, and I really do want to read this. So, 10 years ago, the kingdom of Jihad burned, its magic was outlawed, its royal family murdered. At least that's what Sylvia wants people to believe. The heir of Jihad escaped the massacre and she intends to stay hidden, especially from the armies of Nizal that continue to hunt her people. But a moment of anger changes everything when Aaron, the Nizal heir, treks a group of Jihadi rebels to her village. Sylvia accidentally reveals her magic and captures his attention. We love that. Enemies lovers, obviously. She thick too. And then we have Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I kind of want to read the Caraval series first before I read Once Upon a Broken Heart. But I don't have the Caraval series. I'm gonna have to buy it if I want to read it. And there is a box set of it at my local bookstore, so I think I might do that. But I have to have money for that first then. Anyway, now on to my very last book. It's The Coworker by Frida McFadden. I've read a few of her books and I've loved them, so I'm really excited to read this one by her. This is about Dawn. Dawn's shift is strange. At least everyone thinks so at Vicks, the nutritious supplement company where Dawn works as an accountant. She never says the right thing, she has no friends, and she's always at her desk at precisely 8:45 a.m. So when Dawn doesn't show up to the office one morning, her coworker Natalie Farrell, beautiful, popular, top sales rep 5 years running, is surprised. Then she receives an unsettling anonymous phone call that changes everything. To win, an office filled with secrets, one terrible crime that can't be taken back. So yeah, excited to read that. And that is all my books of 2024 that I want to read right now. Like I said, right now. There are a few books that are coming out, like, so I'm getting Powerless by Lauren Roberts soon. A new series is being started by Elsie Silver. I want to read her Gold Rush series too. There's just a bunch of books coming out this year, and I'm really excited. I don't know how many of them I'm going to buy. I'm going to try and not buy so many books because I don't have much room out here for that many books. Like, I've already run out of room over here. But yeah, so what I'm about to do is I'm about to put all these books in a generator on my iPad, and I'm not gonna pick one right now, but I really need to pick the ones that I'm gonna read soon. But yeah, I'm not gonna do a January TBR just because I'm not gonna do a January TBR from these books because I have the books I want to read. I want to definitely Ruthless Vows. I'm reading Crescent City, The Final Offer, Serpents of the Wings of Night, and The Assassin's Blade are the ones that I'm reading right now, and I'm not gonna start anymore. Oh, and I also have to read The Simple Wow by K.A. Turner. I think that's her name. That is my book club's book of the month, and I really need to read that if I'm gonna go to the meeting this month. We will see though. We'll see how long it takes me to finish some of these books, but yeah. I think that's about it for this video. If y'all have any book recommendations, please put it down in the comments. Hope you enjoyed, I hope you liked it, and subscribe. But yeah. That's pretty much about it. So, bye guys.